Hello, my name is Professor Bruce Hamper, and in the last year or so we've been looking at flow photochemistry for conversion of humulones to isohumulones. I wanted to show you a couple of the reactors. These are some of the reactors that we've been using. The first one I have here is a visible light reactor. So there's our white light reactor. These are all built on an aluminum frame. So we start with a aluminum frame. We wrap it with LEDs, and then on top of the LEDs we wrap this visible light or UV light transparent tubing. So the tubing is listed around here. We have about 13 coils or runs of the coil around this particular spool. This is our aluminum spool. When we actually run these, we need to cool them because the LEDs will produce a bit of heat. So to do that, we use this housing. This housing has a computer fan in the bottom. You can see it running now. It has a box that'll open up, so we just built these out of wood for convenience. And then the particular reactor can go inside. It's nice to have this type of a box for them because we can close it and protect our eyes from the UV light. That's important for a visible light like this one, but some of the others, of course, have UV LEDs on them. So we'll just take a look at one. The second one, this one has a 400 nanometer blue LED light on it. So, in fact, we can go ahead and use that one without having to use the box because it's still in the visible range. But it is 400 nanometers, so it's on the far UV or blue side of the visible light spectrum. So those are the two we have. I also have a third reactor here. This one actually has 365 nanometer LEDs on them, so that's outside of the visible range, so we won't plug that one in. We always use some sort of protection when using this type of a flow reactor. So all of these then consist of elements that allow us to carry out reactions on this particular spool in a continuous flow method. So next we'll take a look at the reactor itself. Today we're taking a look at a transformation of humulone, which is a natural product from hops, into isohumulone. Humulone is important for beer brewing, and it's also important today in a number of beverages that are non-alcoholic, including non-alcoholic beer, hop tea, and hop water. So it's a component of the food beverage industry that's become of more importance in recent years, particularly with craft brewing and the variety of hops that are used. We're actually introducing into our flow reactor humulones that are extracted from hops and then converting them to isohumulones, which are the bittering agent in beer. So it's the bitter component and flavor of beer. When we turn this on, I'm going to turn this on now so we can actually carry out the isomerization of humulone to isohumulone. So we're injecting the starting material into our flow reactor. We're allowing it to undergo a reaction under the influence of the photons of light that are in this photoreactor, and then we're collecting the product here on our fraction collector. And these cooling plates then will keep the temperature at 20 degrees. So right now we're operating at about 20 degrees centigrade. And we're collecting all the material at this point in the fraction collector. And I can see that we've already collected the first eluent from our reactor, but in about an hour or so we'll have the complete reaction and we can analyze the products from what's collected in this fraction collector. So that's how we carry out reactions with this photoreactor, and there'll be more information in the link to the paper that you can find below in the description.